You already know which cars mechanics love. Toyotas, Hondas, Lexus, the ones that never leave the lift with surprises. But today, we're going to the other side. These are the 7 cars that professional mechanics, the people who have seen everything, genuinely dread seeing roll into their bay. Not because they can't fix them, because fixing them is a financial and mechanical nightmare. Proprietary software that only the dealership can access. Transmissions that can't be rebuilt, only replaced. Electrical systems so complex that even finding the problem takes hours of diagnostic time you're paying for. I've pulled the data from Consumer Reports, J.D. Power, and RepairPal, the same sources we always use, and cross-referenced them with what mechanics have been saying on record. What I've found will genuinely shock some of you, because a few of these cars are bestsellers. You might own one right now. So stay with me, because number 1 on this list, it's a car millions of Americans bought thinking they were making a safe, reliable choice. And mechanics will tell you, they were wrong. All right, let's get started. We're starting with a name that should ring alarm bells for anyone who's ever spent time around a repair shop. At number 7, the Jeep Cherokee. Specifically 2014 through 2023 model years. The headline problem is the 9-speed automatic transmission. When Jeep debuted this transmission in 2014, reviewers immediately flagged it. Harsh shifts, hesitation, unpredictable behavior, and it didn't get quietly fixed behind the scenes. It became a recurring complaint across nearly a decade of model years. Owners reported the transmission hunting for gears at highway speeds, lurching during low-speed maneuvers, and in some cases, failing entirely well before 100,000 miles. Mechanics don't just dislike the Cherokee's 9-speed, they dread it. The transmission is notoriously difficult to diagnose because software calibration is often part of the problem, not just mechanical wear. That means you're not just looking at a parts bill. You're looking at diagnostic time, software recalibration, and potentially a full replacement. RepairPal gives the Cherokee an average annual repair cost of $9,674, among the highest in its class. That number tells you everything about the ownership experience mechanics have watched their customers go through. The Jeep Cherokee is an SUV that looks capable and rugged, but what's under the hood has frustrated mechanics and owners alike for the better part of a decade. If you own a 2014 through 2023 model, you already know what I'm talking about. At number 6, we're combining these two because they share the same platform, the same engines, and, unfortunately for owners, the same problems. The Chevrolet Colorado and the GMC Canyon. The Chevy Colorado and GMC Canyon have been flagged by Consumer Reports in multiple reliability surveys, and mechanics have a long list of reasons why. In Consumer Reports' 2026 Automotive Report Card, based on surveys of around 380,000 vehicles, both trucks showed up with notable trouble areas, including the engine, transmission, electronics, body hardware, and leaks. That's an unusually broad spread of problem areas for mid-sized trucks that cost upward of $30,000 to $40,000 new. The transmission complaints on these trucks, particularly for 2020 through 2025 models, involve harsh shifts and in some cases full transmission failure. On top of that, mechanics report frequent electrical gremlins, oil leaks, and powertrain issues that make these trucks time-consuming to work on. When a vehicle has problems across that many systems, every shop visit becomes an investigation. Consumer Reports ranks Chevrolet and GMC among the least reliable brands overall. That brand-level pattern isn't random. It reflects a consistent engineering approach that creates recurring issues across the lineup. If you're shopping for a mid-sized truck and you're drawn to the Colorado or Canyon, I'd strongly encourage you to look at the reliability data before signing anything. The Ford Ranger and Toyota Tacoma tell a very different story, so I'd take a look at those. Real quick, before we get into the top 4, if you're getting value out of this, hit that subscribe button right now. Every week I'm pulling data from Consumer Reports, J.D. Power, and RepairPal so you don't have to. No guesswork, no manufacturer spin, just the numbers and what they actually mean for your wallet. And I want to hear from you. Drop the make and model of your current car in the comments below. Just the year, make, and model. That's it. I want to see what you're driving. And honestly, if enough of you are in the same boat, that becomes the next video. Alright, we've covered numbers 7 through 5. The cars still coming? They get worse. Let's keep going. Number 5, Volkswagen ID.4, 2021 to present. The Volkswagen ID.4 represents a specific kind of mechanical headache, and it's one that's becoming more common as EVs grow in market share. Mechanics who aren't equipped with proprietary VW diagnostic software simply cannot work on these vehicles effectively. We're not just talking about complex repairs, we're talking about basic diagnostics. J.D. Power's 2025 Vehicle Dependability Study placed Volkswagen at the bottom of the rankings with 285 problems per 100 vehicles, compared to an industry average of 202. The ID.4 itself scored 65 out of 100 overall on J.D. Power's most recent rating, with a particularly weak 54 out of 100 for quality and reliability. The ID.4 has been plagued by software issues that manifest as electrical problems, and this is exactly the kind of fault that separates a vehicle mechanics are comfortable working on from one they're not. Independent shops without VW's Otis diagnostic platform are working with one hand tied behind their back. The result? Owners often get sent back to the dealership even for minor issues, where labor rates are significantly higher. Consumer Reports ranked Volkswagen as the 5th least reliable brand overall. For an EV that's supposed to represent the future of the brand, the ID.4's reliability record has been a major disappointment. The ID.4 isn't a terrible car to drive, but when things go wrong, and according to the data, they go wrong often, your options for getting it fixed affordably are severely limited. That's a problem that compounds over time. Number 4, Chrysler Pacifica Hybrid, 2018 to 2024. The Chrysler Pacifica Hybrid holds a unique and deeply uncomfortable distinction. Consumer Reports specifically flags the 2018 through 2024 model years as vehicles to absolutely avoid. The reason is serious. Multiple recall campaigns tied to a fire risk in the hybrid system. Between 2017 and 2026, this vehicle has accumulated 10 different recalls, many related to the hybrid system, electronics, brakes, and loss of power. For a family minivan, a vehicle people use to transport their children every single day, that recall history is alarming. The hybrid powertrain complexity is the core issue here. Independent mechanics are often not equipped to work on PHEV systems safely or effectively, particularly when the fault involves the high-voltage battery architecture. This means owners are almost always forced back to a Stellantis dealership, and given the track record of this vehicle, that's a trip they're making more often than they should be. Chrysler has actually confirmed the Pacifica hybrid powertrain is being discontinued after 2026. When a manufacturer walks away from its own powertrain, that tells you something about the long-term parts and service outlook for existing owners. If someone offers you a 2018 through 2024 Chrysler Pacifica hybrid at what looks like a great price, I want you to remember this segment. That price might be low for a reason. Number 3, BMW 5 Series, specifically the X5, 2018 to 2023. BMW makes some of the most genuinely exciting cars on the road. The engineering is impressive, the driving experience is real. And then the warranty expires. According to RepairPal, the average annual repair cost for a BMW 5 Series runs between $1,500 and $2,000. The X5 pushes that toward $2,500 annually. That's before any major failure. And based on the reliability data, major failures aren't rare. The BMW X5 carries an average reliability score of just 50 out of 100, with the 2019 model year showing the highest complaint rate in the segment. Let's take a factory-trained technicians and proprietary BMW diagnostic tools. An independent mechanic who encounters an intermittent electrical issue on a BMW 5 Series is often in genuine trouble, not because they lack skill, but because the diagnostic process requires software that only certified BMW shops have access to. BMW's condition-based service system, its high-performance turbocharged engines, and the sheer density of electronics in these vehicles mean that a problem that would take 30 minutes to fix on a Toyota can take hours to diagnose on a BMW. And those diagnostic hours are on your bill. One pattern mechanics see constantly: BMW owners who bought the car outside of warranty, skip the dealer because of the cost, go to an independent shop, and end up paying more in total because the independent shop has to trial and error a fault that a BMW Master Tech could have isolated in an hour. If you can afford the car, you need to be prepared to afford the maintenance ecosystem that comes with it. The mistake is buying a BMW on a Toyota budget. Number 2. Chevrolet Blazer EV. This one is particularly striking because the Chevy Blazer EV is a brand new vehicle. Not a decade-old design with aging parts. A car that rolled off the line in 2024, and it has already generated one of the most alarming reliability stories in recent automotive history. Consumer Reports flagged the Blazer EV with significant reliability concerns almost immediately after launch. General Motors issued a recall covering over 40,000 units, including 2025 models, because owners couldn't shift out of park. The vehicle also has a documented tendency to enter what engineers call turtle mode, an emergency power reduction state, unexpectedly while driving. And its HVAC system has been reported as failing to produce heat. EV repairs are already a specialized discipline. When you add a reliability track record like the Blazer EVs, with electrical faults, charging problems, and software issues documented across thousands of vehicles, you have a car that many independent shops simply won't touch. Edmunds documented a steady deterioration in the 2024 model's charging performance, severe enough to require a return to the dealership. The charging system issues are particularly problematic from a repair standpoint. Some owners report the Blazer EV either stopping charging altogether or experiencing a major drop in charge rate over time. For a vehicle that depends entirely on charging to function, that's not a nuisance, it's the car becoming unusable. The Blazer EV might get sorted out over time. GM has the resources to fix software problems. But right now, in 2026, the reliability data puts it in territory that mechanics and analysts agree is genuinely concerning, especially for a vehicle this new. And the number one car mechanics hate seeing in their bay? The Nissan. Now, some of you may be shocked, so I want to be precise here, because this isn't about Nissan the brand across the board. It's about a specific powertrain that Nissan has deployed across its most popular vehicles for over a decade. The CVT, the Continuously Variable Transmission. The Nissan CVT story is one of the most documented reliability failures in modern automotive history. Between 2013 and 2018, high failure rates in the Rogue, Altima, Pathfinder, and Sentra triggered massive class action lawsuits and settlement payouts. Owners reported their transmissions failing before 100,000 miles, sometimes well before. The failure mode is specific and recognizable. It starts with a judder, a vibration or stuttering sensation during acceleration, as if you're driving over a rumble strip that won't stop. This happens because the CVT's internal belt is slipping and re-engaging the pulleys. The transmission control module tries to compensate by adjusting hydraulic pressure, which actually makes the shudder worse over time. Left unaddressed, the diagnostic codes escalate to the point where full replacement is the only option. And here's where the cost truly becomes punishing. Unlike a traditional automatic transmission that a skilled mechanic can rebuild, Nissan CVTs are effectively replace-only units. Replacement costs run between $3,000 and $5,000 for the transmission alone, not including labor. This is the part that should stop you cold if you're shopping for a used Nissan. According to multiple sources, including RepairPal and independent mechanic accounts, many shops simply decline to work on Nissan CVT failures. Not because it's impossible, because the repair economics don't make sense for anyone involved. The unit can't be rebuilt. The replacement is expensive, And the root causes involve both mechanical wear and software calibration issues that require specialized tools. Independent mechanics may refuse to work on them entirely, leaving owners stuck with dealership pricing. Even refurbished units can cost $3,000 to $5,000, not including labor. The replace-only model drives up repair costs and makes CVT failure a financial nightmare. Now, Nissan has made improvements. The 2024 Nissan Rogue now holds an above-average predicted reliability score from Consumer Reports, a genuine turnaround from the mid-2000s nightmare. Toyota's competing CVT design uses a physical first gear for initial acceleration before engaging the belt, removing the highest stress load from the system. That's the kind of engineering difference that shows up in the reliability data over time, and Nissan took years to catch up. But if you are looking at a used Nissan, particularly any 2013 through 2018 Rogue, Altima, Pathfinder, Sentra, Murano, or Maxima, the CVT history on that vehicle is the first thing you need to investigate. Check if it's eligible for any class action settlement funds. Look for CVT fluid change records, and listen for that judder during a test drive, because if you feel it, the clock is already running. The Nissan CVT situation is the #1 reason mechanics dread certain vehicles, not because the car is poorly designed everywhere, but because one critical system has a documented history of catastrophic failure at an age when most people still owe money on the car. That combination of high repair cost and low repairability is the definition of a mechanic's nightmare. All right, 7 cars, 7 very different failure stories, but they all share something in common. The people who get hurt most are the buyers who didn't know what they were getting into. Whether it's a 9-speed Jeep transmission that's been a nightmare since 2014, or a Nissan CVT that fails at 80,000 miles and takes $4,000 with it, the data has always been there. We just have to look at it. Now here's what I want from you. Drop the make and model of your current car in the comments. I want to see what you're driving, and if enough of you are in the same boat. And if you're not subscribed yet, now's the time. I bring you the data that mechanics and dealers already know, so that the next time you're standing on a car lot, you're the most informed person there. Because here at the Car Corner, we don't want you to just buy the car. We want you to know the car. See you next time.